Welcome back to Easy English Flow with Mark and Sarah. Before we dive in, do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. Think about it. You don't want to look back in a year and say you could have been fluent. Subscribing is your first step to making sure that your future self is proud of the progress you made today.
That is a very specific call to action. I like that. An investment in your future self.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are all about action here. We
Uh-huh.
want active learners, not, passive listeners.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of action, I have to be honest with you. You look absolutely wrecked today.
Oh,
Is everything okay? You look like you haven't slept in a week.
is it really that obvious?
It's pretty bad. You have that 1,000-yard stare going on.
Yeah, okay. I had a bit of a, let's just call it a kitchen disaster last night.
Oh, no. Kitchen disaster.
Mm.
What happened? Did you try to become a master chef overnight or something?
That was the intention. I wanted to surprise my partner, I had this grand vision.
Uh,
I wasn't just going to cook dinner. I was going to, orchestrate an experience.
okay. Ambitious. I like it.
And that, ironically, is where the trouble began. Not just with the food, which was a tragedy, by the way.
Oh, no.
But it really got me thinking about the sources we're looking at today. It just highlighted this fundamental split in the English brain.
You're talking about the mission for today's deep dive.
I am.
The eternal battle between make and do.
Exactly. It sounds so simple, right? Just two tiny verbs.
Yeah.
But they are the gatekeepers of fluency. You hear learners say things like, I did a mistake, or I need to make my homework.
All the time.
And look, people understand what you mean, but it marks you. It breaks the immersion. It sort of stops you from sounding like you really belong.
Right. It's a difference between sounding like a student who's, translating in their head
Mm-hmm.
and sounding like someone who actually thinks in the language.
Yes. That's the leap we want to help you make.
Okay, so let's use your disaster as our case study today.
Mm-hmm.
Take us back. You're in the kitchen. What was the goal?
The goal was lasagna. But, not just any lasagna. I decided I was going to make a lasagna from scratch.
Okay, pause right there. That's the first one. You decided to make a lasagna. Why wouldn't you do a lasagna?
And this brings us to the first core concept from our research.
Okay.
We're calling it the spirit of creation.
The spirit of creation. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, because think about it. When I walked into that kitchen, the lasagna didn't exist. The universe, it just contained, pasta sheets, raw tomatoes, a block of cheese.
Just a bunch of ingredients.
Exactly, the building blocks. But there was no lasagna.
So make implies you're kind of playing God, essentially. You are the architect.
That's a little dramatic, but yes, fundamentally, yes. You are bringing something into existence that wasn't there before.
Okay.
You're synthesizing ingredients to produce a new result. You are the origin point.
So if I'm following the logic here,
Mm-hmm.
anytime I am building, brewing, cooking, or generating something from zero,
Mm-hmm.
I am a creator.
You're a creator.
And therefore, I use make.
Precisely. And this applies to the intangible steps, too. I mean, before I even turned on the stove, I sat down with a pen and paper.
Let me guess.
I had to make a list.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Because the list didn't exist until you wrote it down.
Yeah.
You created the plan.
Yeah.
You brought order to your thoughts
Yeah.
and put them on paper.
Exactly. You manifested them. And then, because I was feeling ambitious, and this was my first real error, I decided not to buy a jar of sauce. I tried to make the sauce myself.
From scratch.
From scratch. I was creating this liquid mixture from tomatoes and spices and everything.
Wow, you were really going for it. But let's expand this for the listener, because this isn't just a cooking show.
Right.
This whole creation framework, it applies to way more than just food, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Think about how we view communication.
Okay.
When you pick up the phone, you aren't just, using a device. You are making a phone call.
Interesting. Why? Is it because you're initiating a connection that wasn't there a second ago?
That's it. The connection is the creation. The signal wasn't there. The conversation wasn't happening. You made it happen.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or think about when you give your word to someone. You make a promise.
Right.
You are literally forging a verbal contract. You're creating a commitment.
Forging a contract. I like that visualization. You're building a bond of trust.
Yes. Or just thinking about the future. You sit down and you make a plan.
You're the architect of your own strategy.
You are. In all these cases, food, lists, calls, promises, plans, you are the creator. You're the active agent bringing something new into the world.
Okay, so that's the happy path. That's when things are going well. You're the creator. You're making lasagna, making plans. But I mean, looking at your face, the making didn't stop there. Things went sideways, didn't they?
Sideways is a generous understatement. And this brings us to the next critical category of make, which is less about physical objects and more about results and consequences.
Okay, go on.
Well, I was rushing, you know the feeling?
I do.
I had the sauce bubbling, I was chopping onions, and I turned around way too fast. My elbow, it hit a carton of 12 eggs.
No.
They flew off the counter and just smashed all over the floor.
Oh, that is painful. The cleanup on that is an absolute nightmare.
It was a disaster. I made a huge mess.
Now wait, this is interesting. You made a mess,
Yeah.
but you didn't intend to build a mess, not like you intended to build the lasagna.
Right.
The spirit of creation wasn't there for the mess.
And that is such a key distinction. The intent doesn't matter.
Oh.
The result does. I created chaos. The mess was the new thing that came into existence because of my clumsy action.
I see. Before you turned around, the floor was clean? After you turned, there was a mess.
And I made it.
So make isn't just for, like, intentional art. It's for any result you generate, whether it's positive or negative.
Exactly. And that leads directly to the most common error that we see in the data, the one that everyone makes.
Okay.
Flustered by the eggs, I turned the oven up way too high. I made a mistake.
This is the big one. Listeners, if you are multitasking right now, come back to us for just a second.
Please.
You never do a mistake. You make a mistake.
It's so common to hear, I did a mistake. And I think it comes from other languages, you know, where the verb is closer to commit or perform.
Right, that makes sense.
But in English, just think about the logic we've established. An error is a new thing. It's a deviation from the correct path. You created that deviation.
So you made it.
Therefore, you made it.
I like that. A mistake is a creation. A bad creation, sure, but a creation nonetheless.
And the bad creations, they just kept coming. Because the oven was too high, the lasagna started to burn, smoke everywhere.
Oh, man.
And then the inevitable happened. The smoke alarm went off. It made a terrible noise.
It created sound.
It created sound. So whether it's a mess, a mistake, or a noise, if it is a result or a consequence that emerges from an action, we usually use make.
Okay, before we find out if you managed to salvage this dinner, which I have to say I highly doubt,
Good guess.
I want to pause on the word make itself.
Mhm.
We're talking about sounding fluent, not just grammatically correct.
Huh.
There is a phonetic trap here that a lot of intermediate learners fall into, isn't there?
Yes, and it's a huge marker of accent. It's the vowel sound.
Go on.
A lot of learners, they shorten it. They just say mek, like I mek a cake, I mek a mistake. It sounds very clipped, very staccato.
Mech, yeah, I hear that a lot. It
Yeah.
lacks that sort of English laziness almost. It feels too efficient.
That's a great way to put it. Linguistically, it's about the diphthong.
The what?
A diphthong. It's just a fancy term for a double sound. The symbol is E, and it implies a longer gliding sound. You start at E, and you actually glide your tongue up towards a E.
My E. Okay, I hear that. It's almost like you're stretching a rubber band. You can't just snap it. You have to pull it. Mech.
Exactly. It creates a rhythm. You know, English is a stress-timed language, and those long vowels are like the pillars that hold up the sentence.
Have you clipped them?
The whole rhythm collapses.
Let's try a practice sentence for the listeners. Something that combines the grammar and the pronunciation. How about, I made a mistake when I made the cake.
That's perfect. I made a mistake when I made the cake. You can really hear that glide. It sounds so much more professional, so much more controlled than I make a mistake.
It really does. It sounds confident. Even if you're talking about a mistake, you sound confident making it.
And confidence is half the battle.
Okay, back to the kitchen war zone. The lasagna is burnt. The eggs are on the floor. The smoke alarm is making a noise. The creation phase is officially over.
It was so over. The creative spirit was dead. Now, I had to face reality.
Right.
I had to clean up. And this is where we shift gears completely. We move from the creator to the doer. This is the domain of Dio.
The shift to maintenance. The shift to reality, I get it.
Exactly. So the lasagna was ruined. We ordered pizza. But the kitchen, I couldn't leave it like that.
Of course not.
I had to do the dishes.
Uh-huh. Now, this is one of those things native speakers never even question. But it can be so baffling for learners. Why don't we make the dishes? They're a pile of things, right?
But think about our creator rule. Unless you are a potter with a wheel and clay, and you're actually creating the ceramic plates yourself.
Which you were not doing.
I was definitely not. The plates already exist. They are just dirty. You are processing them.
That is such a clear distinction. If the object already exists and you are just maintaining it or processing it, you do it.
Right. It's an activity. It's a cycle. You dirty the dishes, you do the dishes, you dirty them again, you do them again. You never finish creating them. You're just managing their state.
It's the Sisyphus myth of housekeeping.
It really feels like that sometimes. And it applied to everything else. I had tomato sauce all over my shirt.
Yeah.
Naturally, so I had to do the laundry. Again, it's a maintenance process. Washing, drying, folding. I wasn't creating the clothes.
And overall, in general, you just had to do the housework.
Exactly. Housework, chores, maintenance. If make is a magic wand, creating something new. Yeah.
Then do is a pair of hands working, cleaning, or just checking boxes off a list.
I love that visual. The magic wand versus the working hands. So do is really about action, duty, and jobs.
That's what we call the duty list. There are certain fixed expressions where make is just. It's absolutely forbidden because they describe the execution of effort or duty.
Okay, let's run through a few of those. What about when you're trying really hard at something?
You do your best. You can't make effort in this context. You're executing your maximum potential. I did my best to clean the kitchen, but it still smelled like burnt toast.
Exactly what happened. And if you help a friend...
You do them a favor.
Yes. It's an act of kindness you perform. You don't create a favor, you perform it.
Okay. What about in a professional setting in business?
You do business, you're engaging in the activity of trade, the meetings, the handshakes, the emails, all of that is doing business.
And for our health?
The gym.
You do exercise. Now, this one's a little tricky because you might hear people at the gym say, I'm making gains or I'm making muscle.
And that's valid slang because they are, in fact, creating muscle mass. But the activity itself, you do yoga, you do karate, you do exercise.
So we have the creation list for make and the duty list for do. But looking at our research notes here, there's another category for do that I find really helpful, especially when I can't be specific. It's the vague action rule.
Yes. This is your safety net. Sometimes you don't want to specify exactly what the action is, or maybe you don't even know. In those cases, do is your best friend.
Like when I walk into a room and ask you, what are you doing?
Exactly. I can't say what are you making unless I see you literally building something. What are you doing? Covers everything.
And you might answer,
I need to do something about this mess.
something is just a vague placeholder.
Right. Or in my case, last night after the smoke alarm went off, I just stood there. I froze. I did nothing to stop the lasagna from burning further.
He did nothing. It means the absence of action.
Exactly. Or if you want to ask about plans for the evening, are you doing anything tonight? It's a catch-all for general activity.
That makes it super versatile.
Huh?
But English wouldn't be English without some exceptions that just drive us crazy.
Oh, the gray areas. The exceptions, of course.
There are always gray areas. And ironically, one of them came up right after you finished cleaning that kitchen.
It did. And this one keeps linguists awake at night.
Oh, really? Tell us what happened.
Well, I was exhausted. I just wanted to go to bed, crash. But earlier that day, you had actually asked me a question.
I did.
You asked, did you make the bed this morning?
Ah, the famous make the bed.
Right. And in my tired philosophical state, I started arguing with the language itself. In my head, I was thinking, why do we say make the bed? I didn't build the bed frame. I didn't sew the mattress.
Maybe you were just pulling the sheets up.
Exactly. By our logic, it should be do the bed, shouldn't it? Like do the dishes. It's maintenance. You're just resetting the object to its standard state.
It's a chore. It fits perfectly with do, but we never say do the bed.
Never. It's always make the bed.
So why? Is it just random? Or is there some deeper logic that we're missing?
It's rare, the truly random. There is a theory on this. English views an unmade bed as chaos.
Okay.
It's a mess. The pillows are everywhere. The sheets are tangled. When you arrange them, you are creating order. You're styling it.
So it's an artistic act.
In the eyes of the language, yes. You are making it ready. You are creating a state of presentation. Think about it. You make yourself up with makeup. You make the bed. You're presenting a finished product.
Okay, I'll buy that. You are creating a sanctuary for sleep. It's a bit of a stretch, but it fits the order from chaos theory. What about the other big exception? The one that everyone wants to do?
Money.
Yes. We say make money.
We do. And this confuses people because, again, unless you work for the government, you are not printing the physical notes.
Right.
If you print money in your basement, you don't get fluency, you get jail time.
Please don't print money, listeners. We cannot bail you out. We're a podcast, not a legal defense fund.
But we say make money because you are generating wealth. You are creating value or profit that didn't exist in your bank account before.
Interesting. So let's contrast that with doing business.
Right. This is where it clicks into place. You do business, that's the activity, the grind, the meetings.
The process.
But the result of that activity, you make a profit, you make money, the activity is do, the result is make.
That is a fantastic distinction. You do the work to make the money.
Exactly. One is the process, the other is the product.
I want to take this comparison mode process versus product into a different setting now. A lot of our listeners are studying or working in English environments.
Good idea.
So let's do a little school and work showdown.
I love a showdown. Let's clarify some tasks versus creations in the office or the classroom.
Okay. First up, homework.
You do homework.
Well,
it's a general set of tasks assigned by a teacher. It's a duty. It's maintenance of your knowledge. Even if the homework involves writing something new, the overarching concept is performing a duty.
Okay, so it's assigned to you. You must complete it. Got it. Next, a presentation.
You make a presentation.
Because
you're creating the slides. You're writing the speech. You are designing the flow from start to finish. It's a creative output. You are the architect of that PowerPoint.
you are bringing a narrative into existence.
Precisely.
Okay. How about this one? An exam.
You do an exam, or you take an exam, but strictly between make and do. You do it.
Why?
You're performing the test. You aren't writing the questions, well, usually. You are the participant in the process, not the creator of the test itself.
Makes sense. And finally, an excuse.
You make an excuse.
Ooh, that's a good one. Why?
Because you are fabricating a reason. The dog ate my homework. My alarm didn't go off. You created that story. It's a creation of the mind.
It's fiction.
It's pure fiction. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you do the exam, but if you fail, you make an excuse.
It connects right back to make a promise or make a plan. It's all mental creation.
It is. The logic holds up.
It really does.
Yeah.
But we need to talk about the softer side of life. We've talked about kitchen disasters and business, but what about people? After your disaster, how were things with your partner?
Tense. I felt terrible. You know, the dinner was ruined. The kitchen had been a mess. I needed to repair the mood. And this brings us to the social and emotional layer of make and do.
Right, because relationships are things we build, aren't they? They don't just happen.
Exactly. They are creations. You build them from nothing. So you don't do friends, you make friends.
You're creating that bond.
Yes. And in my case, I needed to make peace.
You're creating harmony where there was conflict.
I was trying to. I tried to make a joke about the burnt lasagna, you know, to lighten the mood.
And did it work?
Not really. You can make fun of someone or make a joke, but you have to read the room. She was not laughing yet.
So you tried to make a joke, but maybe you just made matters worse.
I kind of did. And this leads to a very specific grammatical structure called causative make.
Okay.
This is when we use make to describe emotional triggers.
This is huge for fluency. I hear mistakes with this all the time.
All the time. The structure is make plus object plus adjective or verb, for example. The sad movie made me cry.
Or in your case, the messy kitchen made Sarah angry.
Exactly. Now, the common mistake here, it stems from translation. In many languages, especially Romance languages, the verb they use is closer to do.
Right.
So learners will say things like, the movie did me cry.
No. That just sounds so wrong to a native ear. It's clunky.
It's mechanical. It sounds like the movie performed an operation on you. You have to remember, the subject caused the reaction. It created the feeling.
So the movie made me cry.
Yeah.
You make me happy. Stop making me laugh.
It's always make for emotions. It's about that cause and effect.
But wait, if make handles the emotions, does do have any, abstract uses?
It does, yeah. While make handles feelings, do handles abstract impacts on the world. Things like morality and justice.
Okay, give me an example.
Well, think about a superhero. Like Superman, what does he do? He does good.
Do good.
Yes, he performs positive actions. And conversely, a villain might do harm.
Do harm.
Yeah.
So damaging something.
Right. Or in a courtroom, you want to do justice, you are treating something fairly.
So to bring this back to your kitchen story one last time.
My partner, Sarah, not you, she actually told me, Mark, you did good by cleaning up eventually.
Oh, that's nice.
But you did damage to my favorite pan.
Ouch. Did damage. That's a collocation then.
It is. You do damage. You don't make damage. The damage is the impact of the action.
That is a subtle but really important one. You make a mess, but you do damage.
Exactly. A mess is a tangible thing you created.
Yeah.
Chaos. Damage is an abstract impact or harm performed on an object.
Man, English is wild. But when you break it down like this, it actually starts to feel logical.
It is logical. It just has its own internal logic. It's not random, I promise.
Okay, we have covered a massive amount of ground. We've gone from burnt lasagna to phonetic glides to Superman doing good. Before we test our listeners, let's give them a mental checklist, a cheat sheet they can use in real-time conversation.
Right. So if you're mid-sentence and you panic, is it make or do? You can ask yourself these 3 questions.
Okay, check number 1, the creation check.
Ask yourself, am I creating something new? Is it a cake, a plan, a noise, a mistake? If it didn't exist before, your answer is make.
Check number 2, the action check.
Ask, am I performing a task, a job, or some kind of maintenance duty? Dishes, homework, exercise, a favor. If it's an activity or maintenance, your answer is DO.
And finally, check number 3, the emotion check.
Ask, am I causing a feeling? Did something make me happy, make me sad, make me angry? If it's a trigger for an emotion, choose make.
Perfect. And just for clarity, let's quickly define 2 terms we use today for anyone taking notes. First, collocation.
A collocation is it's a pair of words that naturally go together in English, like make a decision. Native speakers just expect them to be together.
And if you break them,
If you say do a decision, it just sounds wrong. It's like wearing socks with sandals. I mean, you can do it, but people will look at you funny.
and the other one, causative verb.
That's the make me cry structure. It's using a verb, usually make, to describe causing someone else to do or feel something.
Perfect. Okay. Now, before we go, we want to hear from you. We have a mastery challenge for this week.
Yes, we want you to leave a comment or just think about your own life using these structures. We have 2 questions for you.
Question 1. What is the first thing you make in the morning? Is it coffee? Is it breakfast? Do you make the bed?
And question 2, what is a task you have to do at work or at school? Do you do paperwork? Do you do research? Do you do reports?
And maybe a little bonus one. What makes you happy?
Oh, I like that. Using the causative, this podcast makes me happy. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Subscribing makes me smart.
There you go. See? You've got it.
Well, thank you for sharing your kitchen disaster with us. I really hope your next culinary adventure is less smoky.
I think I'll stick to ordering pizza for a while. I'll just make a reservation next time.
See? He's learning. Make a reservation. Creating a booking.
Can't turn it off now. It's stuck in my head.
Listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to this deep dive. Remember, fluency isn't about memorizing every single exception. It's about the mindset. Are you a creator or a doer? Master that, and you master the flow.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Keep practicing, keep making progress, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.